Perhaps Senator Gardner's team isn't talking to us because they are so busy talking to you. Because a political ad that's on our air and elsewhere urges all of you to light up Gardner's phones. A number of you have been asking us about it, so our politics guy Marshall Zellinger is making it our next question.
Estella, Steve, Robert, Brian, Chris, Paul, Linda, all of you wrote to Next wanting to know who is behind this political ad.
A surprise medical bill can be traumatic.
The short answer is doctor-patient unity, and according to these FCC records, they're spending lots of money. $108,000 to air the ad 98 times on 9 News from July 29th through tomorrow. $70,000 for 87 spins on Channel 4. $29,000 for 24 spots on Fox 31, and $10,000 for 19 commercial spots on Channel 7. But where did doctor-patient unity get the money? Unfortunately, I have to give you a shrug. Yeah, this station airing the ad can't tell you who they are. Why? Federal election laws don't require them to tell us. But I found a clue with these documents filed with the Denver TV stations. A phone number. It leads to this guy in Virginia. The bio for Kyle Roberts lists him as one of the top Republican media strategists in the nation. Republican media strategist? Hang on. The website Open Secrets shows that doctor-patient unity has spent $2 million to air ads targeting 11 senators, including 8 Republicans, like Colorado's Cory Gardner.
Tell Senator Gardner to choose patience and vote no on rate setting.
Okay, what about the content of this ad? What is rate setting? Our own Chris Vanderveen tried to address that very subject earlier this year.
What about the ER doc?
Going to have to operate.
Or that surgical assistant?
As described in this animation, an out-of-network doctor can pretty much charge whatever they want. Rate setting would put a cap on out-of-network billing. How about the website for doctor-patient unity? What did it tell us? It does have that About section, but one thing, doctor-patient unity, your About section is lacking the About part. No detail about who's behind it. So how about Colorado's new law that we told you will pull back the curtain on dark money ads like this? It doesn't apply, Kyle. This is a federal ad targeting a U.S. senator, and the Colorado law change is for state races and issues, not who we send to D.C.
That looks like a lot of work, but you rattled their cage today, Marshall. That's what you did.
I hope so.
Thank you, sir.